Bad news for Stewart racing fans. Everything seems to be falling apart as we don't know what the future holds for Stewart-Haas Racing. So what happened recently that led everyone into a dilemma and raised concerns? Hello Nascarians, welcome back to NASCAR Zone. So let's see what's more the 2023 season holds for Stewart-Haas Racing. But before we begin, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Stewart-Haas Racing had a season that was full of ups and downs as the organization battled problems on the racetrack, as well as drama off the racetrack in the form of silly season rumors and movements. This carried on long after the 2022 season at Phoenix Raceway had come to a close. Stewart-Haas Racing had not had an off-season in which they did not make a change to their driver lineup since the off-season that occurred between the 2015 and 2016 NASCAR Cup Series seasons, as they entered the off-season that occurred between the 2021 and 2022 seasons. A driver switch did end up being confirmed during the off-season, but it was for the driver lineup for the 2023 racing season, not the driver lineup for the 2022 racing season. Aric Almirola, who came to the team in 2018 from Richard Petty Motorsports to take the place of Danica Patrick behind the wheel of the number 10 Ford, recently made the announcement that he will leave the Cup Series at the end of the 2022 season, which will be his 15th season overall in the series. However, he has rethought his options and decided to extend his current deal with the organization for a number of years. As a result, it can no longer be stated with absolute certainty that there will be a personnel adjustment made at Stewart-Haas Racing in time for the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. So let's take a deep dive into the latest developments from Stewart-Haas Racing throughout the 2022 racing season and what the future has in store for the team moving ahead. After Chase Briscoe won his maiden race in the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway in the fourth event of the 2022 season, Stewart-Haas Racing got off to a good start with the new campaign. Nevertheless, this victory was only one of three that the group racked up in 2022. It would be almost another half a year before the team would return to victory lane, and that wouldn't happen until Kevin Harvick earned his way into the playoffs at Michigan International Speedway. In the subsequent race, which took place at Richmond Raceway, Harvick successfully fought off a determined challenge from Christopher Bell. The pinnacle of the season for Stewart-Haas Racing would be reached at that point. Aric Almirola and Cole Custer didn't even come close to making the playoffs, as they ended 20th and 25th in the point standings, respectively, in contrast to Briscoe and Harvick, who both qualified for the postseason. After having a relatively disappointing regular season, Briscoe would make a miraculous run to the round of 8, where he was only 10 laps away from qualifying for the championship four. During this time, Harvick has penalized 100 points for the use of a modified item that came from a single supplier. As a result, he had a difficult time competing in the postseason. During the NASCAR silly season, the organization dealt with a number of significant issues that were not related to the actual racing that took place on the track. Prior to the start of the year, it was revealed that Almirola would hang up his cleats after the 2022 campaign and retire. However, it became clear that this would not be the case as he made public his desire to play for the team again and inked a deal with the organization that included many years. In the meantime, the controversy surrounding Custer's performances in the number 41 vehicle persisted unabated throughout the entirety of the season. What do you think is Ryan Preece is a good replacement of Cole Custer? Let us know in the comments section below, because it was announced that Ryan Preece would be taking over the number 41 car on a full-time basis beginning in 2023. Stewart-Haas Racing was put in the position of having to make a decision. Custer is expected to compete in the NASCAR Xfinity Series on a full-time basis for the company, most likely driving the number 00 car. Riley Herbst is scheduled to make a comeback to the number 98 vehicle as Cole Custer's teammate. As speculations and uncertainties continue to circulate over the future driver lineups for Stewart-Haas Racing, what can we expect from the organization's future? What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below, and do subscribe to our channel for future updates. The future of Stewart-Haas Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series is, at best, still unclear. While the Xfinity Series is not at the level it needs to be at right now, the Cup Series driver roster, with the exception of Briscoe, appears to have a lot of wiggle room. Despite the fact that Custer is heading back down to the secondary series, he should immediately become a Championship 4 candidate the moment he makes the move. As Custer continued to make strides toward development in 2022, Herbst was in a position to benefit from his efforts. There was some discussion about the possibility of Hailie Deegan becoming a member of the organization. However, given that Preece will be driving the number 41 vehicle, it is possible that this discussion will have to be postponed for one more year. Naturally, in order for Ford to succeed, the company must put all of its eggs in the basket of its prospects because the pipeline is not particularly robust. At this time, there is not much to discuss in relation to the Xfinity Series, so the focus should be completely on the Cup Series. In point of fact, there is a substantial body of evidence supporting the recommendation that this ought to be the primary focus. Due to the fact that his current deal with Stewart-Haas Racing will expire at the end of the 2023 racing season, it is anticipated that Harvick will part ways with the team at that time. The winner of the Cup Series in 2014 would have turned 48 years old at the beginning of the 2024 season. At that age, it is reasonable to anticipate that Harvick will close this chapter of his life and devote his attention to his family, despite the fact that the organization will undoubtedly want to negotiate a contract extension with him. If that is the case, there will be a significant void in the lineup because of this. While Preece has a significant chance to demonstrate his worth, Briscoe ought to be the face of what's to come. Because Almirola won't be around for much longer, there will be at least 2 seats available in the near future as a result of people retiring from their positions. Who will take the helm of the company in the next years? Perhaps it will use the Xfinity Series as a fresh start for Custer, and then when the time is perfect, it will bring him back up to the top level. Outside of him, there aren't many obvious choices that come to mind. There are several daring possibilities that may be considered, such as Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, and Harrison Burton. As members of the Ford family, each of them would be eligible for upgraded equipment in comparison to what is currently offered. In addition to this, what will happen if the Preece experiment does not turn out as planned? In a few years, Stewart-Haas Racing may have 3 available slots due to the aforementioned situation. There is a significant amount of unpredictability surrounding the organization. In terms of unpredictability, it is right up there with the uncertain future that Joe Gibbs Racing faces. After a season in which there were just 3 triumphs, the 2023 campaign needs to mark a return to greatness for the organization. On the other hand, the possibility that Harvick will retire might shift it in either direction going forward. We can only hope for the best, as everything still seems unclear. What do you think the 2023 season holds for Stewart-Haas Racing? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.